Hello everyone. So what I'm trying to do here is we are going to revise our simple programming assignments and programming that we have already done. So I'll start from the very basic so that people who are not able to catch up also can try. Uh, those who are thinking that it's very simple and basic for you, you can also skip these videos. So first things first, all the C program that we are writing, we need a compiler to run. So sometimes we can install a compiler like CodeBlocks. If you install, it's not a compiler, it's a IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. So in our labs, we were using CodeBlocks to compile our C programs. So here nowadays we don't need even a compiler. If you have an internet connection and a browser, you can actually learn C programming. So what you have to do is you have to go to Google and just search online C compiler. So you get a lot of options. The first option that I am getting here is online GDB. So this is a very good compiler. There are also other compilers like so you can see a lot of options here. So this repl.it, this is another compiler. A lot of compilers you can use any of these compilers. So I opened two compilers here. This is first compiler, online C compiler. So normally I use this to teach and demonstrate in class. So there is another compiler here, repl.it. So this is more sleek, colors, the font, everything is more sleek here. But I'll be using this. So I'll just, okay. So here what we have is we have a window here. So the black area here, you can type your code here. So once the code is, written, you just have to click run. The output will come in this region. Okay. So we have a small block here. So this block will help us to, go to other links in the site. So we just click this arrow so that that block is gone. So one thing you have to make sure is here, if you see, there is a lot of options here. The language is written here. Make sure that you are selecting C language. So why I'm telling you this is this compiler, online GDB, online compilers, they are capable of compiling a lot of programming languages. So whatever written here is are different types of programming languages: C, C++, Java, Python 3, PHP, C#, VB. A lot of programming languages can be compiled here. So make sure that this default you are selecting as C. Okay. Okay. So first, when you open this compiler, some of the code is already written. This is actually every time when you open this compiler, when it is an online C compiler, this code will be written. Okay, so I'll clear this part here for now, and I'll clean this also. Okay, so this is what you have to write always. Always when you start, you have to write hash include stdio.h. Okay, so basically this is what is known as a header file. So header file is you can think of a set of instructions that is already written in your program. You are just calling that instructions here. So basically this stdio deals with your input and output. So when you want to output something, so stdio is standard input output. So if you want to output something to the user, or if you want to take some values or some data from the user, you have to use stdio. Whatever written is in stdio.h, you have to use that. Okay. So then what we'll write is we'll write int main, and you'll open a brace here and end a brace here. Okay. So the advantage of this compiler is, if you see here, if you observe here, if I open a bracket brace here, then if I click enter, it is automatically closing that brace. And also it is giving me a space here. Okay, one tab space it is giving me. So the space is just to make sure that my code, what I'm writing in here, will be in a beautiful manner. It is very easy for me to read. Always you have to write return 0. Okay. So what is this int? What is this main? What is this return 0? All these things we will be learning slowly. But for now, you just remember that whenever you start a C programming, any C program you're writing, this much you have to write and keep, right? Okay. Now, first thing what we have to do is a program should be able to interact with the user. So interaction has to be two-way. So two-way means so now if you see, if you're watching this video, this is a one-way interaction because I am just telling you or I am teaching you. You're not able to ask me questions or something in this platform. So similarly, a program has to interact with the user. It has to be two-way. So one direction is the program is telling you something. Okay, program has to give you some information. Another is the program has to take some information from you. Okay, so you will be learning in this small video to give some instruction to the user. So whenever you want to give some instruction, what you have to use is you have to use printf. Okay, so how does it work is you have to write printf, then you have to open a bracket, then start a quote, double quote, close a double quote, close the bracket, and you have to always put a semicolon. So semicolons in C language is very important because it tells the program that okay, this line is over. Whatever comes next is a new line of instructions. Okay, so all these things are different instructions I am telling the program. So whatever I write here, printf single quotes, let's say our first online C video, right? Just click run here. So if you see this, that instruction has come here. Whatever I have written in this single double quotes inside this double quote just come here, right? So our first online C video. So this can be, I can also give numbers here. Let's say, so this is one. Now I will also write one more line here. How are you? Okay. So here you have to remember I have given a semicolon here. Here also I have to provide a semicolon because in C program all the lines has to end with semicolon. And there are few cases in which you don't have to give semicolon, that I will tell you specifically. So run. Okay. So our first online C video. How are you? So you notice that this is not readable because our first online C video is there. So it is a little confusing why this how has come here. I want this how to be, maybe little far from here, or maybe in the next line. If I want a space here, I just have to put a space here and run. So what you observe is our first online C video space. Then how are you? So another way of giving space is the same thing is actually I'll give a space here. So that is also the same thing. It will give me the same result. Okay. So you can give space here, you can space here. Now if you want a larger space, you can give /t, /t. So T is for tab. So if you see in your keyboard above your caps lock, there is a key tab. So if you have used word processors and all, if you click this in Microsoft Word, it will move some spaces, okay, multiple spaces. So if you click this, what happens is, see, it has gone a tab here. So from here, this length is what is known as the tab length. It's a couple of spaces, right? You can also give this tab here, so that also will give me the same output. Okay. Now, if I want to send it to next line, I can use this /n, next line. So you can remember /n is for next line. Okay. T is for tab, N for next line. Okay. Good. So similarly, if I can give it here, I can also give here. Both will give me same result. Right? Okay. So now let's say printf, if I do this, what will happen? So our first online C video, it will print. It will print a line, then it will print how are you. then it should print another line. Okay, so let's see whether we will be able to identify that. So there is a line here, but we are not able to identify that. So let's say I'll type one more output here. How are you doing? Okay, I have to put a semicolon, don't forget semicolon. Okay, so there is a line here. How are you? After how are you, there is another line come here. It is going to the next line. Then how are you doing is coming here, right? Fine. So now let's say I have to output some numbers. What should I do? So I can use this printf. So I want to output 123. Okay. So I will use something called %d. I'll tell you what this is. Okay. So I'll put a line here before that /n. Okay. So here I am writing. I am giving a number here. Okay. So this there is a difference. There is one other. You may be thinking, okay, why can't I just do this? 123. Okay. So I'll remove this line. Now, okay. Before that, I'll just teach you something else. If I put 2 backslash here, okay. So this is what is known as a comment, single line comment. So whenever in any line before starting of any line, before the starting of any line, we put 2 backslash. So that line will not be executed. Okay. So I'll just put 2 backslash here. Now what is happening is when your program is running, it is printing this, then it will print 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 this. When it comes to this line, it is seeing that okay, there is 2 backslash here, then I don't know how to run this line. So that's why you are seeing 1 line, 2 line, 3rd line. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3rd lines you are seeing, and in between we have one next line. So this is 1, 2, 3. So what I was telling is this is also 1, 2, 3. Now if I comment this, and if I show this, then this line will not be running, this line will run. This is also 1, 2, 3. So this both output looks same, but this output is critically very different. So this 1, 2, 3 in the line number 9, it is considering 1, 2, 3 as a text. Okay, so text means, so let's say I want to add a 5 to this 1, 2, 3. I can do this here. Okay, if I do 123 plus 5 should be 128. So let's see what is the output. 128. So it is when I am doing this, it is considering this 123 as a number, right? Now I will comment this. I will go back to this line. I will remove the comment. I will write 123 plus 5 here. Sorry, hold a second. So plus 5 here, right? So let's see what is happening here. Oh, it is just giving me 123 plus 5. So that means it's not a number there. It is just some simple, numbers written. It is not understanding that it's a number. It is considering it as text. Okay, it is considering 1, 2, 3 as same as H or W in the same way. Okay, so I hope you got the difference between these two. So this is considering as a string. If you want to put any text or a number in form of text, you can do this. Okay, so what I will do is I'll write 123 plus 5 right here equal to, then I will remove this comment. So what will be happening now is I am getting our first online video, online C video. How are you doing? 123 plus 5, that is this line. Then I did not put any other line here, so whatever comes, the next printf will be coming in the same line, equal to 128, right? So I think we'll stop our video. So this is a basic first video of how do we give some data to the user. Again, this is percentage D. I have to tell about percentage D before stopping. So this is an identifier for numbers. When you are giving numbers here, we have to use percentage D. Okay. Now let's say this percentage D is what we use when we are using integers, proper integers. Now if I want to, let's say, output a number, just print one more line. I want to output 123 or 125.5. So what will I do? So here I have to use what is known as percentage F. Okay, 123.5. Correct. So let's find this. So 123.5 has come. Now here, if I write 123.5, what happens? Let's see. So it is giving me some error. See, 123.5 is 4196138. What is that? This is actually the memory address. We will not go into details of this. This is basically this. Where is this 123.5 stored in memory? It's actually not. It is. You don't have to know this. It is actually memory address. But the main point is it is not giving me 123.5. I wanted 123.5 has to be here. So it is not giving because percentage D I can use only if this is an integer. It can be a positive integer. It can also be a negative integer. This also will work. See, it will give me 1 minus 125. But if it is a decimal number, you have to use what is known as percentage of float. Okay. So this is what is a float. We will come to float and all later, but you should be careful with this. Okay. So you can try your own, different outputs. Print your name, your address, your mobile number. So mobile number should be a number. It's an integer. Your, let's say, what is the time here? You can print your time. So different things you can try out and learn. Okay. So programming, always you have to try out things. So open a online compiler and try this. And if you have any doubts in this, put it in the comments here, or my email ID, so you can send me mail also. Okay. Thank you. See you in the next video.